Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out my broadcast today. My name is Jonathan. Today is day 290 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds and to focus on my weight loss and my health. My hair is a mess. Of course, I need to get a haircut. Um, but if this is your first time checking out my broadcast, like I said, this is day 290. On November 1st of 2020, I decided that I needed to do something about my health and wellness. So I started this channel. At that time, I started an extended water fast that went on for 1,000 hours. I lost 90 pounds. And then I switched to a whole food plant-based diet with no added salt, oil, and sugar. About 10 and a half months. Hey, Anthony, it's awesome seeing you. Anthony says, awesome. You are down to 310. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, it was kind of a perfect storm of things on my weigh-in, my 9-month weigh-in. I just had a week-long camping thing we had done. So I was outside a lot, and yeah, it's awesome. I'm getting close to that under 300. And it's been really good. I hope things have been going good for you. Yeah, everything's going well. So yeah, I've been having good success on this diet. Hey, Carrie says hello. Since this weekend, I don't know if you've checked much out, Anthony, or not, but I do have my arm in an immobilizer. I have, I ended up doing a lot today. I guess since yesterday. Oh, Jennifer's in saying hi. Hi, Jennifer. I hope things are going well with you guys out there in California. Anyways, since yesterday, haven't had a whole lot go on. We ended up getting a couple of our kids are not at home, and so it's kind of been quiet. I got a chance to watch a movie. I had started watching it, and so I finished it last night. It was called Infinite with Mark Wahlberg on Paramount. Jennifer will appreciate that, watching anything on Paramount. Anthony says, what happened? So yeah, my arm, I tore my distal bicep tendon. And so the tendon that holds your bicep muscle to your forearm, let's see. Yeah, I tore that. So I had to have that, fixed. I had done it, probably right after it was the day after I streamed, right before the trip. So I did my week-long trip. I had a torn bicep the whole week, got back on Monday, and the doctor had me in for surgery the following Wednesday. And so then I just had my 2-week appointment or 2-week checkup. It was pretty much a checkup to make sure that everything from the surgery had gone well. They took the stitches out. They did open up my brace a little bit because I asked them to open it so I can go from here to here. So I can move it about 20 degrees. I'm going to be in the immobilizer or the arm brace for a while, but I'm paying a pretty penny for this brace, so I might as well get the use out of it for what I'm paying for it. So, but yeah, yesterday I had big plans after the stream. I was going to get a bunch of yard work done, and then we kind of got busy doing some other stuff. We ended up having chickpea tikka masala, I think is what we had for dinner. That didn't take forever to get done at all. And then one of the new things that we've been eating that I've really been enjoying is Ezekiel bread with a little bit of miso, avocado, and everything but the bagel seasoning. That Carrie got from Well Your World, I believe. So we've been, that's what I had yesterday, in the evening was that stuff. I watched that movie. But today was a busy day at work. At least this morning I had some guys in, we did some organizing. It's hard for me to just stand around and watch people do the work. So, I was doing a lot of stuff one-armed, and my arm doesn't seem to be bugging me as much as it did yesterday. I kind of mentioned yesterday that after being at the doctor's office and then being at my office, or working with it actually not hooked to the sling for a couple hours, I think just wore out my bicep. So but it feels a lot better today. I got the nurse to give me these sock things that are nice to wear underneath it. I don't have one on right now because it got a little bit warm, as is the saga with my office, with no AC and the outside temperature warming up. It's 80 degrees according to that in here. So yeah, the arm hasn't been too bad today. And hopefully I get to use it some more. I have physical therapy the morning of the 19th. So Thursday morning I have physical therapy for the first time. They're doing an evaluation, see how things are. I mean, the printouts that I have from the doctor's office for the schedule of rehab seems very conservative in the timing, but I'm going to listen to them and follow their instructions, I suppose. For the most part, we'll see how I'm feeling. But I'm going to be going to physical therapy a lot. So it's not, so I'll be able to continually be able to update on, my progress with it. So that is kind of where I'm at with the arm. I do know that like my bicep muscles completely just shriveled up or gone, or and who knows how much of the how that works. Like they have to like pull, I don't know. They have to grab the best chunk of bicep tendon they can get, I guess. And so hopefully they did a good job, which I think they did. I'm not worried about that. If anybody has any non-scale victories, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing on your diet. So you having success on your diet? What's keeping you from getting started? What knocked you off of your diet? How do you get back going? The biggest thing that I kind of keep talking about or pushing is just you need to get doing it. You need to get, and stay on top of making it something important. It's so easy to keep pushing off until this next event or till that next event, and it's just not worth the wait, and that's I have some friends. I had two people in the last 24 hours, I have two friends, both of them named Joe, that have told me that they're going to quit their respective tobacco. One of them chews tobacco, the other one smokes cigarettes. That on their birthday they're quitting finally for the good this time, and it's just so frustrating because like I told them both, I was like, you should just do it now. You shouldn't wait. Because I've done that that's how I, every diet I've ever was going to go on, it got pushed, and I know exactly what happened. You end up, you get to that day and then you find an excuse not to do it that day or to push it another couple days, or you have half a can of tobacco left or a pack of smokes left and you don't want to waste the money because you spent so much money. I just thought it was interesting that, they both were like, all right, my birthday's coming up after my birthday. And it's like, just imagine if you quit now, you could say, shit, it's my birthday and I haven't smoked for a week, or it's my birthday and I haven't chewed tobacco for a month and a half now. Like how awesome, how great would that be to be able to celebrate on your birthday the fact that you've had a mini success so far, not just celebrate another year, but celebrate the fact that not only is it my birthday? But hey, I'm 10 days into, this diet I'm on, and so, it didn't, because if you're going to go on a diet and if you're going to succeed and you're going to get to the end of it, you're going to wish you started sooner. That is you find anybody out there who is overweight at any level of overweightness. I mean, or but anybody 50 plus pounds to lose, and they've lost that weight, or, they've dropped 200 pounds and they've lost that weight and they've maintained that loss for 10 years. And you ask them, was it worth waiting that 10 days? Was it worth waiting that 4 days or that, until that event? They're going to say no. They're going to say it didn't matter because that was not important in the grand scheme of things. I talked about it yesterday about adding time to your life, anyways, and so get started now and do your best at giving it 100%. It not, get rid of the temptations. Don't put yourself in situations you're going to fail or that you have to fight yourself. If you do end up having to be in those situations, just be confident that your body can sustain you for an extreme amount of time without having the food you think that you need to have to survive. It's, and that's one of the greatest things that I got from my fasting is being able to say that, yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I wish that there was something I could eat here. There's food here, but not anything that I could eat. But I know I can survive. I know I can go another 3 hours. I can go another block of time, whatever it has to be, to get to food, but yeah, getting everything, and getting your mind behind it, I know is a big part of it. Like, you have to be ready to do it, but sometimes just doing it is doing it. Carrie says she started between Thanksgiving and Christmas, 18 days before your 40th birthday. Absolutely proud of myself for sticking to it through those big food events. Those early successes built my confidence. There you go. Yeah, that's a perfect example. It's the to be able to, that you did all of those last year now. Now you know that you can go through your birthday, you can go through Christmas, you can go through New Year's, you can go through Valentine's Day, you can go through St. Patrick's Day, you can go through family birthdays, you can go through graduations, 4th of July's, fairs, you've done all of those things now. 2 years ago, it was, I can't do that because we have my birthday coming up. We have Christmas coming up. We have birthdays coming up. We have Valentine's Day. There's all kinds of, like I said, when you're on the other side of it, you're going to wish you started. So, and you might not feel ready, but once you get, especially with our diet, if you can find, and there's lots of resources out there for doing like a 21-day whole food plant-based diet, or 2 or I think even, as far as month-long whole food plant-based, programs, that if you stick to those programs for those 2 weeks and you get through that early period of where it sucks, where you're getting over your addiction to the caffeines and the sugars and your addiction to the fat and the everything else, you got to get through those withdrawals, and then you have to give your body a chance to get used to the new diet environment that it's in. And I'm sure that it's similar to anybody who travels abroad. Like, if you live in a European country and you travel to North America, I'm sure the food tastes completely different. Whether it tastes, the food, it's going to taste odd to you, and it's going to take time for you to get used to those. And then the same way with this diet. is that it takes time for your tongue to get adapted to used to the idea that these are the flavors that it's going to receive. And once your body gets those nutrients, because it's, I think that there's it's part of a whole process where it takes time, because you have to taste that food before your body knows how good it is for you. If it's the first time you're eating kale or something like broccoli or something that's very high in nutrients, that you don't enjoy the taste of it when you first try it, it's because your body also hasn't received it and doesn't know what it can do with those nutrients. Once your body gets those nutrients into it and then it uses them, the next time that your tongue tastes that, then your brain goes, hey, we used the crap out of this food last time and building, repairing cells. And then you start to enjoy it, and it takes time. But it's again, I was talking to my brother about it 2 days ago, and I remember the meal. It's something we kind of still have every now and then, but I was eating a bowl of it, and it was, maybe 3 weeks into the diet. It was a meal that I had previously, and I was eating it, and I was thinking, I'm going to go get more of this. And it's like, I know it was something that I did not enjoy. And I, like, when Carrie put the bowl in front of me, I was like, I'm just eating this to eat because this is the diet I'm eating. And when I started eating it, I was like, wow, this is way better than I expected it to be. And it was the same meal we had previously. And I kind of noticed that, maybe the day or two previously, I had kind of had the same things happening where I was eating more and I was accepting, of the diet more. But yeah, it kind of hit me at that time where it was like, wow, I'm really starting to enjoy these flavors. And you got to give yourself that time to let that happen, because the foods that we've been eating for years, they're superfoods. Like the dairy and the fast foods and everything, they are absolutely, superfoods compared to an apple or a banana or a head of lettuce, or like in their calorie composition, their density. They're all better in calories, but they're not better in nutrition. And it's amazing. Like, it's like with the pleasure trap, everything's designed to hijack. I was thinking about, like, when you drive down the road and you see a car accident, you look at the car accident because you want to see what's going on, because of all of the things around you that you can see and everything that you can perceive. You want to look at the most interesting thing, or what's going to give you the most value for your time. So you want to look at that accident because you know that all of that's ahead of you is traffic going at 40 miles an hour and slowing down, and maybe a road or side street coming this way and some buildings over here that you've driven by a million times, but you don't see that accident every day. And so that's what we're designed to do, is to eat and consume and look at the things that are what we feel are the most value to us. And the food, our taste preference, or our minds want the fat and the high calorie content of food, because that's what it has learned over eons of evolution, what sustains a human body. And we want the highest calorie, but there's nothing in nature that you can eat that has the calories that one of my favorite fast food meals would have had. Like when I talk about eating at Long John Silver's, I would spend $20 on a meal there. It was 3 fish, 2 chicken, fries. I would get cheese curds. I would get chili cheese fries. And that 3,000 calories that I would pound down in that meal, I couldn't find that 3,000 calories in nature easily. And then to eat it in one sitting, the volume of food that I would have had to have eaten would have been just mind-boggling, and that was just for a single meal in a day. And it's, I guess, even with people's diets being around that many calories in a day too. But anyways, so we are attracted to those foods, but they're just not worth the price that it costs. I mean, for me, the difference between me today and me a year from now, or not me today, me a year ago and me a year from now is going to be like I've said this multiple times. A year ago, if I died from a heart attack or heart disease, nobody would have been surprised. It wouldn't have been, that's what would have happened. And a year from now, I don't think that that's what people are going to think. I would be very surprised if that's what ends up happening to me in the end, is having some sort of heart disease, or because there's not a track record of people eating the diet that I'm eating, having those things happen to them. And if there is somewhere, I'd love to see it. But yeah, I kind of got off on what I was talking about. I got off out of track, but I, wanted the big goal to just be there's no point in waiting, and it's I don't know, the way that I'm eating now. I never would have thought I would be so confident, and also, like, it's not just that, because I know that this is a crazy diet that we're on, that the no salt, oil, and sugar is just absurd for people to comprehend doing. But we're doing it, and we're managing it, and it's not easy. But eating the way we used to eat wasn't easy too. The money, the time that we'd spend eating at restaurants, and the money, and it's just so it's not without difficulty to eat the way we eat. And we definitely found that trip we took at the end of July, that compounded with me having my arm surgery, I really don't feel like we've caught up and had a week of dinners like we were having, like just 5 nights in a row or 6 nights in a row where we would sit down and we would just eat and have dinner together. And we were doing that before this trip. And that's, that's where we need to get back to doing at home, is getting that way. But we've had so much going on. We've been eating dinners at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and just trying to, and then, also looking in the pantry, there's not as many snacks, and some of the snacks we're finding are hard for us to source right now. Like raw cashews is a snack that we've enjoyed, that Carrie's having a hard time finding them from the normal grocery store that we get them from. And I think groceries are kind of getting a little bit more expensive overall too. But it's, so we need to get back in the swing. We have time now where we can, we have things going on all the time, but we're not going to be out of the house for a week. Carrie says she couldn't find any cashews today either. And so it's rough, having to live without cashews. Which I mean, I imagine that if in the wild, wanting to try to get cashews from the process that I've looked up, they're not easy. Like, it's just like a little, the nut like grows on top of the fruit, I guess. But I wouldn't be able to just grab a handful of them in the wild and eat them. It would take a lot more effort than what it takes for us now. Anyways, I didn't have a whole lot else to go over today. Just everything's been going good. The arm is doing fine. But yeah, everything else is going good. I'll be on tomorrow. I don't see any reason why I won't get on tomorrow. I'm not going to do a weigh-in. I'm going to wait to do my next weigh-in until I think the 1st of September. I'm not sure if I'm going to just do one like monthly weigh-ins from here on out, or if I'll go back to doing weigh-in Wednesdays. But just with the surgery and everything going on, I don't feel like adding stress to the scale. I honestly haven't gotten on the scale since early last week, and so it's just not something I've been worried about. Anyways, thanks guys for checking out the video. I will be on tomorrow. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon to turn on notifications so you can get alerted when I go live. It's usually 4 p.m. on weekdays. If you guys have any questions, you can put them in the comments down below. I also have a Discord that is in the description below. There's a link to that Discord. That's kind of the best place if you're looking for any of the recipes or the meals that we're eating right now. Carrie kind of puts, meals that we've tried and we like. She shares them on the Discord. So that's a good place to check those out. But other than that, you guys have a great day until tomorrow. Again, like I've said all stream, if you haven't started your diet, get started now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's worth waiting. And in the end, you'll be kicking yourself that you didn't start sooner. And if you're struggling on a diet, keep going. I honestly, if you haven't tried a whole food plant-based diet, I highly recommend you try it. I would not, it's worth trying, and you have to stick with it for a few weeks. You can't just try it for a couple days. You got to stick with it. Anyways, you guys all have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.